What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for being here on day 44 of our 100 Days to Brave Daily Devo. And today we are talking about friends. Yes, friends, and how much we need them and how great they are. And so, yeah, we are going to go ahead. We're going to jump right in and then we will get started. Heavenly Father, Lord, I just come to you, Father, and just thank you so much for all your many blessings, Lord. I just ask, Father, that you be with everybody who's watching this video, all my friends out there, Lord. Just be with each one of them. Be in this time of study, and it's in your precious name we pray. Amen. You guys, we're talking about friends. Did y'all see my thumbnail? Did y'all see my shirt? Ah! Okay, so no, unfortunately, we are not talking about the TV show, which is one of my favorites. We are actually talking about, and what's really crazy is I put this shirt on to go to my son's basketball game and wasn't even thinking and connecting the dots of we're talking about friends. But no, we're not talking about a TV show. We are actually talking about friends. Like your friends who are so good of friends with you that they are like your family. And so we are going to be in Romans today, which y'all know I love me some Romans. But we're in Romans 12:10, okay? Romans 12:10. And again, I'm going to read it out of both because my home and Christian, it kind of adds a little bit something in there that I really like. So she does it out of the English Standard Version. And so Romans 12:10 says, "Love one another with brotherly affection, outdo one another in showing honor." And when I saw that, I was like, okay, the Bible didn't really use outdo. Yeah, it did. It's crazy. And so in Home and Christian, it says, "Show family affection to one another with brotherly love. Outdo one another in showing honor." So how cool is that? I mean, it's basically telling us to show affection to others with, and it says in the Home and Christian, it says show family affection. So the same kind of affection that you show your family, like what we talked about yesterday, but with brotherly love. So your friendly love. You probably have heard this before if you've been in church for too long, or not too long, that sounded horrible, but if you've been in church for a long time, then you'll know there's different kinds of love. So you have agape love, which is like the love that is spanned, that like God has for his children. And that is that just unconditional, all powerful, all knowing agape love from God to us. And so much so that he loved us so much of that agape love, he sent his son to die for us. So we have agape love. And then we have eros love. And eros love is like erotic. I was about to get all that like Latin up in here. But but no, it's like eros. And so that's the love you have between like you and your spouse. Or maybe you're not married yet. One day you'll have your spouse. And so that's that love that's between you guys. And it's like that bam, bam, chicka, wow, wow. It's that kind of love, okay? So you have that. You have agape love, which is that God love. You have the eros love, which is the love between you and your spouse. And then, and notice I said spouse. You don't have that kind of love until you are married, okay? I just had to throw that out there for any of my youthins who are going to be trying to watch this. So you have that love. And then you have what's called phileo. And that is the brotherly love. And so if you're in the United States, you've heard of Philadelphia. Then, that's what that is. It's the city of brotherly love, and it comes from phileos. And so that is the kind of love that they're talking about, the love you have between you and your friends. You and, those people who are close to you, but you're not technically related. You're not spouse. It's not God, obviously, for his children. But that's also the kind of the love that we have even for like our, family members, like our mom, our dad, our brother, our sister, our kids. Hopefully you have that kind of love for them. That's the kind of love that they're talking about here. And it's like, love one another with brotherly affection. So love one another. So that love there is that phileos kind of a love. And it says, outdo one another in showing honor. So we're always been trying to one up each other. How many of you, just heard something like spill out there. I don't know. Anyways, how many of you have ever, like, maybe you have a sibling or even your spouse, even you're like very competitive. Anybody out there very competitive? Huh? Just me? I mean, I like to win. I'm not going to lie. I don't like to lose, but I'm also one of those who I can just be like, okay, it's okay. You got this. Good job. And then I go back and I'm like, oh, they cheated. Whatever. No, but if you're trying to always one up somebody else, and that's what this is saying here, is to outdo one another in showing honor to that other person. So you are always supposed to, not really in that in your face kind of way, but in that way of just doing it for God, just going out of your way to just show honor to those friends and just to do things that just please them. Meaning, aka, you have to put in work. Friendship isn't something that just comes easily. Just like a marriage is work between you and your spouse, friendship is work. And it's not just a 50-50. It's almost like you've got to give 100 and they've got to give 100, and that way you have, it's not somebody doing more than the other. So it can't be always one friend calling the other, or one friend's the one that always has to drive the furthest to meet everybody. No, share those responsibilities of that friendship. It's here, she's like, she even says that. She's like, you need to be brave and let people get close enough to speak into your life. The gift of community is so sweet, but you have to be brave and let down your defenses to develop those relationships in your life. And that is so true. Maybe you've been burned in a friendship before. Maybe you've had somebody stab you in the back. You've had somebody lie about you. You've had somebody like steal from you. Whatever the thing is, you've been stabbed. You've had this really rough time with a friendship. And so you really have a hard time maybe trusting people or letting people get in close to you, and you kind of put up walls and you're like, no, stay away. Well, that's what she's talking about here. We have to be brave enough to tear down those walls, to break down those walls and say, I'm willing to give it a shot, y'all. I'm willing to, work at this friendship, because having friendships like that are so, so important. She even says, she's like, you need friends. They need you. She's like, just remember that over and over, that, you have to be brave enough to let those people get in close to you. And, I just love what she says there. She says, love like that will change you. And she's talking about the love where you're trying to outdo and showing honor. She said, love like that, when you love somebody like that, that you're so going above and beyond trying to please them and trying to, honor them and just do special things for them and that kind of stuff. Maybe you cook them dinner, or you send them a card on their birthday, or a gift on their birthday, or flowers on their birthday, or their anniversary, or whatever that is. When you try to do that, that's going to change who you are as a person, because it becomes more about them and less about you. And that takes a lot of bravery, because we are naturally selfish people. It is just a given. That's who we are as humans. We are just naturally selfish people. And so when we start trying to honor other people more and to outdo whatever they're trying to do, that's going to in turn change who we are. And it's going to allow us to open up maybe to even more people than what we're used to. And so she talks about like all of her friends, when they would have their dinners. I think we talked about it a couple days ago. They would have their dinners and stuff, and they would all get together when they were all broke and that kind of stuff. Well, then she moved off to Scotland, and she said, some got married, some had children, and just a few Christmases ago, they all came together and were able to just pick that back up and just to regrow those friendships. She said it was so cool to have that bond. Because a lot of times when you get those really close friendships that just cannot, that it doesn't matter, you hear it all the time, like you have that close enough friendship where even if you've been apart for so long, you're back together again, you pick up right where you left off. Those kind of friendships, you need those in your lives, because they are going to be able to encourage you and strengthen you and help to help you sustain your calling and to fulfill your calling. And they're going to be your biggest cheerleaders a lot of times next to your family, and sometimes even more than your family. And so that's just really cool. So her Be Brave call to action tonight, I really like this one. It says pick up, it's easy, but it's kind of hard too in the same sense. It says pick up your phone and call a friend you haven't seen in a while. Pick up your phone and call a friend you haven't seen in a while. Don't text them. The other day we were writing a letter to somebody who'd meant a lot to us. She says, pick up your phone and call that friend. See how they're doing. Maybe it's time to have coffee or dinner or lunch or whatever and reconnect with them. But she said, you've got to be brave enough and let people get close enough to speak into your life, because that's exactly what they're going to do. They are going to bring this other aspect of your life, and they are going to help bring joy and just speak into it and give this kind of momentum that can't come from anywhere else. So just good stuff, you guys. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, this is one area that I really struggle. I really, really do. I have been burnt in the past by some friends, and it takes a lot for me to let those people get in and get close and just to try to build those friendships. And then I'm going to be honest, I got to pray even more because I'm a horrible friend. Horrible. Like awful. I'm one of those who I just don't call. Or I'll see your text message and I'll be like, oh, I need to text them back. And then something else happens and it's like squirrel. And 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 full weeks later, I'm like, oh my gosh, I never texted them back. That's why I hadn't heard from him in a while. Oh my gosh. But I am, and I really struggle with that. And so I tell people that I'm like, listen, you know, I have such a hard time. Just please bear with me. I'm trying. But yeah. So y'all, please drop some comments below. Tell me about your friends. Tell me, you know, maybe you have struggle with friendships as well. Maybe you need me to pray about some friendships with you. Whatever you need, just please drop that in the comments below. But if you would, we're going to go ahead. We're going to wrap this video up for tonight. Thank you guys so much. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I always enjoy our time together. But if you would be ever so kind and subscribe to my channel, that way you'll know when there's new videos posted. You can also click that little bell and it'll give you an email notification when a new video is posted. And if you'd ever be so wonderful, I would greatly appreciate it if you give this video a big thumbs up. It'll definitely make me smile and make my day. Again, comment down below. Thank y'all guys so much. We have 6 days. 6 days left until we are at 50 days. And on day 50, which 6 days away from now, we're going to do something. I don't know. It's going to be big. I'm going to try to make it as, you know, big as I can without doing, you know, what we're going to do at 100 days, because 100 days is going to be awesome. But yeah, we're going to do some kind of big giveaway on day 50, which is in 6 days. So yay, I'm so excited. So definitely, please, if you aren't already following me over on YouTube, go over on YouTube and follow me over there, because I'm going to post about it over there as well. And then share these videos. If you would, share them with your friends, because once we get up to day 50, if we have 50 subscribers here on YouTube also, I may do something even better. I don't know. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.